Hi, in this video, we're going to find the slope of the equation x squared times y squared minus x minus y equals 1. And so what we're interested in is if we take the initial value 2 for x and change it by a small amount dx, then the value y, the initial value y, will change by a small amount dy. And what we want to do is evaluate at this new point the expression. So expanding it is, putting it in, the new x point is 2 plus dx. And we need to square it because it's x squared times y squared. The new y point is 1 plus dy. Square it. And then we're going to subtract the new x point, 2 plus dx, minus the new y point, 1 plus dy, and according to the equation, that whole thing equals 1. And for us to evaluate this expression, we need to figure out how to evaluate the expression 2 plus dx squared. So first, I'm going to pull out the 2. 2 times 1, which I've just written here, is 2. And 2 times dx over 2 is dx. So I pulled out a 2, and the whole thing is squared. And I can expand that. That will then be 2 squared times 1 plus dx over 2 squared. Okay. 2 squared is 4. And 1 plus dx over 2 to the square, 1 plus a small number raised to a power is 1 plus the power, which in this case 2, times the small change, which in this case is dx over 2. And so we see that this whole thing is equal to 4 times 1 plus dx. Okay, so we now know the important way to expand that first expression, and so we can start plugging in. We're going to have 4 times 1 plus dx, that's what happens to the first term. 1 plus dy squared is 1. Is 1 plus 2 dy. 1 plus dy squared is 1 plus 2 dy. Minus 2 minus dx minus 1 minus dy equals 1. And we can expand this out. We'll then get 4 plus 4 dx plus 8 dy plus 8 dx dy. And combine that negative 2 and negative 1, we'll get a minus 3 minus dx minus dy equals 1. And we can do some cancellation. It's going to start getting simpler. 4 minus 3 is 1, so they cancel. This dx and dy can be combined with the expressions before. And so we're going to end up with 4 dx minus dx, 3 dx, 3 dx plus 7 dy plus 8 dx dy equals 0. And we want to consider small values for x and y. And one thing we can notice is that if we set 3 dx to be the small number 1 over 1,000, and 7 dy to minus 1 over 1,000. So first we see that these first two terms with these values set would cancel out to be 0. And then we see the very nice thing that 3 dx times 7 dy, since they're both 1,000 and 1 over 1,000, is equal to minus 1 over 1,000,000. So the dx times dy term is 1,000 times smaller. It's 1,000 times smaller than the other terms, so we can ignore it. And it just doesn't count, so we just can cancel out this term because we don't have to think about it, and we end up with a very nice expression, 3 dx plus 7 dy equals 0. So 7 dy equals negative 3 dx, and we want to know the slope. The slope is dy over dx, and that's equal to minus 3/7. So the slope at the point 2, 1, which we've been asked to solve, is minus 3/7. I hope this video was helpful. I'll talk to you soon.